Like, I believe I'm the biggest movie star, the richest person ever, and I don't have to check my bank account to believe that. I can have $0 and I'm still gonna believe it. It's the conviction that's behind it. You'll see that this game, or this life, is a game. Like, it's all an illusion, and with a nice smile, good energy, and good vibes, bro, you can literally make anything happen. Quantum leap into whatever desires you want. And I'm saying that from actual experience, bro. Like I said before, you can't want it so bad that you let that impulse in you to show out in eagerness.
You gotta say it like you deserve it. You know what I mean? You deserve it.
Yeah, like you just gotta be like, I'm that nigga. Like I can just do it. I give you the N-word pass if you want
that's
to.
That's how I feel every day when I wake up. Just like that.
Yeah. To be a fucking millionaire superstar, act like one. Feel that on the inside. And learn and be congruent with that. If you want to be a victim that's sad and broke, okay, keep being a victim that's sad and broke.
Julian Steve, take one. Hey mi gente, it's Julian Steve. You already know my name, but if you're new here, hey. So today's video is going to be about James Nail. He's an influencer and he has been doing some questionable stuff when it comes to like his branding. And it's in between multiple social medias that you can see a shift happening on certain platforms. One of them happens to be on YouTube. So we're going to be talking about that in this video. And of course, I'm gonna explain more as to my assumptions and a few more things in between. Okay, mi gente, okay. We are going to start now. On July 7th, 1998, James Nail was born and raised in Miami, Florida. His father is Haitian and his mother is Dominican. He identifies as an Afro-Latino, meaning a black man who has Latin heritage. He attended Westminster College at New Wilmington, Pennsylvania. He played football at the institution and graduated with a bachelor's degree in biology in 2020. Fun fact, he did Elite Physique Championships in Florida.
What's up, guys? How y'all doing today? Let me focus this real quick. This is my door. I'm sorry last night we ended on bad terms. I'm sorry, baby. You gotta believe me. Just kidding.
In 2020, he started to grow his social media platforms on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, giving advice about personal growth, motivation, lifestyle, and fashion content, with mainly prioritizing Instagram and TikTok.
5 server job to do my dream job as a supermodel for GQ, and this is the exact routine I got to go from chop to looking like the guy who trains a girlfriend on Saturday morning. You gotta wash that ass, bro. Make sure that you cleanse and scrub. I'll never forget this time I went on a date, and at the end of the date, this girl would not let me go because I smelled that good. 3 ways to make your apartment a modern fall vibe so that even your worst enemy would want to bake cookies at your place and your girlfriend or boyfriend never wants to leave the house and just wants snuggle wuggles and watch movies all day. Ladies and gentlemen, proceed with caution because I'm going to be giving you the blueprint for the ultimate fall aesthetic oasis. Let's get to work. Start.
Altogether, he has close to 3 million followers across social media. He has film credits in 2023's Barbie and 2025's Things Like This. Right here, right now, I want to give a huge disclaimer. Now, these are allegations of James Nail. This is not necessarily true. While you're watching the video, you're going to see why I and all my guests come to these conclusions about him. That doesn't necessarily mean that we're accusing him of doing these alleged things, but based on the material that we're seeing and the way he is expressing himself, and or certain people from Cowboy Clan are expressing themselves, we are assuming these things. Another thing, do not harass James Neon. If you have any issues with him, this is why my comment section exists. You can complain here in the comments below and voice your opinions about him there. But do not harass him. Okay, mi gente? Okay, mi gente? Okay. Another thing I want to do is define the words grifter and manifestation. According to dictionary.com, a grifter is a swindler, dishonest gambler, or the like. For example, some people in the fitness industry would consider Mike Israel as a grifter. According to dictionary.com, manifestation is the act or practice of trying to attain something desired by thinking about or focusing intensely on it, especially as a spiritual or self-help practice. There is a couple of manifestation folks on YouTube, so I am not going to use an example. Now, let me allow my guests to introduce themselves.
Yeah, what's poppin'? This is Dre. I started into fitness and martial arts several years ago. I had a cancer scare, actually dealing with one right now, where my primary physician thought I had throat cancer, so I was doing all the tests and trying to figure all that out. And once I found out that I was cool, I also then had a moment thinking, what have I done with my life? And kind of had an epiphany when I was watching highlights of like martial arts fights or what have you. And I thought to myself, that's what I want to do. So that's what I've been doing for, the latter part of my life or what have you.
What's good, YouTube? My name is Tristan. I'm a friend of Julian's, and I'm collabing with him. Happy to be collabing with him on this video. I've been working out for a little over 3 years now, and as to why, well, I've got a list of reasons. I think the main one is that it's one of the only things that I think you can do where you can visually see the output of the input, right? It's one of the only things where you can visualize or like visually track your progress, track your results, and for me at least that just feels like very rewarding, very encouraging, and it keeps me going. One of the other reasons I would say is just the escape that it provides from like the rest of the world and everything that goes on inside of it. Like, I'm sure that a lot of you can relate in that adulting is chaotic. There's a lot of changes, there's a lot of like uncertainty, there's a lot of just questioning.
Hello. How you doing? My name is Daniel Lopez, and I've been working out for about plus 10 years, but bodybuilding really for about 2 years. Why do I work out? I work out because it's essential to your health. I feel like working on your muscles really would aid you years down the line. When you're older, it definitely will help you rather than you not working out. I feel like if you don't train your body, train your mind as well. If you don't use your muscles, you'll lose them over time. So it's best to maintenance yourself, work out, keep yourself in check physically, and of course spiritually as well. But physically, it's best for you to work out. That way you'll be able to live longer and be more healthy.
So James made a transition to his new brand on YouTube, and that happens to be Cowboy Clan. Powered by school, Cowboy Clan is supposed to be a brand of like-minded men. This is according to James Neon. James would be the administrator of the program. However, his team is a part of this business venture.
Chances are, if you're watching this video, you're a young individual who dreams and aspires to be in a completely different place than where he is right now. And you're probably looking at a person like me and thinking, how did he get here? Coming from being a broke college kid, living on his mother's couch, to living in LA with a Hummer, with a beautiful loft apartment, with everything going for him. And I'm gonna tell you something right now. This didn't happen by luck, it happened by hard work, right? And let's say you want to get in the sickest shape of your life. You want to know how to build a diet that's going to help build your biceps and your muscles into something that's like a werewolf, right? Or you want to design your home in such an aesthetic way that when people walk in, they're like, damn, are you an interior designer type shit, right? And I'm going to tell you right now, bro, that version of you is literally waiting to be unlocked and awakened. You just have to take an extra step and know that on your self-development journey, there are things along the way you can do to help make that happen so much quicker. Because I'm going to be honest, it took me 6 years in LA to get to where I am now. 6 years of trial and error, 6 years of systems that I've tried, different programs, different things that guys were talking about. And the one thing that worked for me was listening to myself and understanding the metaphysical laws that govern the universe. And if you can understand that, bro, there is a world out there that you don't even know about that can catapult you, or no, frick that, quantum leap you into your dream reality. And that's what I built here in Cowboy Clan. Not just a program, but a blueprint so that you can figure out how to do this life thing and do it so effortlessly and true to yourself. Because maybe you're stuck. You don't know how to eat. You don't know how to train. You don't know how to design your apartment. You don't have that charisma that can get you the girlfriend that you want and social life you want. But that's going to stop today, right now, because I have it all in modules for you, broken down specifically where my team and I are going to help you. We're going to have group calls every single week. You will have private access to me. You will have a community of like-minded individuals that's going to literally be like your wolf pack, your clan, to help elevate you to where you need to go. Now, I'm going to say one thing. Spots are filling up, and if you click down below, you're going to see the price. But that price is going to change as we reach capacity. And once it reaches capacity, the price is going to go up again. So make sure you grab life by the balls right now, and you say, I'm going to take this thing that's happening right now, this journey, this whatever we call life, and I'm going to make it happen, and I'm going to be the Wild West cowboy I was destined to be. And I know that's you. So let's do this thing. Grab your horses, grab your saddle, and let's ride off.
I want to read a couple of details from the site. Image A. Welcome to Cowboy Clan. Most people try to do it on their own and waste years going in circles, but that ends now. Cowboy Clan is the blueprint. Inside Cowboy Clan, you'll get the exact steps to look better, feel better, and live better without guessing. Image B. Let's level up in every aspect of your life and become the best man your bloodline has ever seen. Yeah. It's like subtle grifting, but also red pill grifting as well, and then manifestation, a combination of three, but we get there when we get there in the video. Further on the site, he promises to teach about fitness, cooking lessons, styling, and grooming, to name some. The program is $44 a month, and I saw the testimonies from the different members. And I saw the testimonies of 4 different members.
What's going on, guys? So I had the pleasure of working with James for about 6 months, and my life has changed. I am the most charismatic and confident that I've ever been. I'm speaking to anybody and everybody, and I do not care. Like, I'm true to myself right now because he's opened up doors and helped me visualize and view perspective and charisma as something that's...
What's up, guys? It's James here, and I just wanted to give you guys a review of what it was like working with James. Because honestly, before working with James, I was definitely confident in myself, but I didn't have any charisma whatsoever, and my confidence was more like reserved. Just like I know a lot of guys out there are reserved. But after working with James, my confidence has shot through the roof, guys. Like, it's shot through the roof so much, and my charisma is way higher than what I...
Working with James has been a great experience. He's opened my eyes to so much more than just dating, but how to improve my life, my relationships, my communication, and just the confidence I have in myself. Before, I was scared, timid, so afraid to take risks, so much so that saying that now is unbelievable.
How y'all doing? My name is Aaron. This is my testimony for James. James has made a huge impact on my life personally. Before I met James, I always needed something else outward to help me build my own personal self-confidence. Whether it was somebody's statement or what they said about me, I always wanted to prove them wrong. But through James's actions, through his conversations, he explains to me and shows me that you don't always need that. You can look within.
As a person making an assumption, when I saw this site and specifically the testimonies of his clients, it felt very staged. It didn't felt natural, like a person who is genuinely in admiration of a brand. In this case, that would be Cowboy Clan. I do not see that with these men. I see someone either A, desperate for money, B, got a freebie from James, allegedly, when it comes to joining Cowboy Clan, or C, in desperation of getting validation from women, other men, and society as a whole. I ask my guest, do you think James' Cowboy Clan business plan is strategic?
So when it comes to James' Cowboy Clan, it's strategic in that it is just a way of a cult. It's the gamification, using game theory, whatever have you, of a cult, like drawing people in with all of the buzzwords, the alpha, the strong and strength, and the do you want to get girls, and all of these things, all of these buzzwords and terms that tend to play on people's insecurities, and it works. It has worked. I don't know if everybody is super profitable off of doing it, but it seems to be something that people have been doing since like the 50s. Like the whole idea of this masculine cargo cult culture brings about the worst in those that identify as a man, because it plays on the ills of capitalism that everybody deals with and the pressures of a gender norm that a lot of people deal with. And then when you consider the pressures of the gender norm mixed in with intersections, if you are someone who is non-white, like, you have to deal with that within this system double time. So somebody like James running that clan, like even calling it a Cowboy Clan, like you're talking to the inner child of so many people that identify as men, AMAB men, who haven't been able to reckon with the sadness that has been caused by destructive gender norms mixed in with the economic evil ass system of capitalism.
Short answer, yes. Once again, just knowing the world that we live in, it's filled with uncertainty, and when it comes to navigating uncertainty, the best way to do that is to have people to lean on. It's to have a support group or support system, and I think in a lot of ways that's what James is offering. He's offering that kind of community and mentorship that a lot of us could feel like we're lacking. The business plan, especially given the current societal landscape, is strategic. I think the main things to pay attention to are what James says at the start of his video, when he's kind of like selling you to sign up to be a part of the Cowboy Clan. He mentions that it took him 6 years to get him to where he is now. He also says that one of the most gradual shifts or changes that he made in his own life that contributed to his success is listening to himself. And he also said it's doing hard work, it's not luck. I think those three things are the things that I would focus on. You have to trust yourself. You have to be willing to listen to yourself. Block out all the outside voices. Like, you know what you want. You know what you want to do. You've got to trust that. 2, you've got to be willing to put in the time. You've got to be willing to do the work. You've got to take the steps. You've got to take action. You've got to grind. And then lastly, you've got to trust the process. Like, it takes time. Things take time. So it took James 6 years. It might take you 16 years, or it might take you 6 months.
Yeah, so about the James Cowboy plan, I think the plan is highly effective. You know, seeing how he just promotes it, and of course, you know, it makes everybody feel like it's achievable to achieve their goals. Even I seen one dude that basically was a client, you know, had a video on his experience with the Cowboy plan. And I think, you know, if you have a client that acknowledges your plan and really thinks it's benefiting him, which it is, then by all means, that plan is effective. Yeah, I think that James Cowboy plan is highly effective.
Then, when you see how James cross-promote his branding throughout social media, it's very questionable. On TikTok, he's one way. On Instagram, he's similar to how he is on TikTok. But then, there's YouTube. On his short form content, he is similar to TikTok and Instagram. Whereas on YouTube, regular video watching, long form video watching is a better term to say, but yes, long form video watching, this is how he wants to promote himself. He wants to be a motivational speaker. He wants to manifest. Yes, he wants to manifest all your problems away. In one of his videos, he talked about manifesting your six-pack. Yet, this is the same man who's been training his body for years, if not probably decades.
A big African gorilla here. He will eat you alive, literally. What's up, man? Come on. All right, come on the show. What's up? Man, I don't even know this, man, but this is my dog, man. You know, I'm feeling good. I know I'm in underwear, bro. It's kind of... But anyways, you know, 9 weeks out. I love you all. Freak season. My boy Tony, get on the fucking camera. My nigga for life right there. I love him. Give me a kiss. Get the fuck out. He's gay.
You're telling me that you manifested your body to be the way it is? That doesn't make sense. There is no way that is possible. We also have to add that while he was in college, he was an athlete, training his body, doing football. Then he even did bodybuilding. So you're telling me that all of this was just easy work? You didn't really need to do much to build your physique? It just naturally happened? Do you believe that you can manifest your dream body?
Manifesting your dream body, it can get very ableist and very exclusionary when it comes to terms like that, because what does that really mean? So the idea of manifesting your dream body, who though? Like, who are we talking about? Who wants what? Like, I don't believe you can. I believe you can just do what you can as far as like eat the best that you can, and if you in whatever capacity that you can work out. But even those things are dictated by your material conditions, by the economic system that is capitalism. Like, all those things tie in. So the idea of a manifestation of said dream body, like, if all things are quote unquote fair across the board, sure, maybe. But even still, that terminology for me, it just reads as ableist, and it leaves out so many people who would love to look like whoever they would love to look like, but because of whatever they are personally dealing with, they can't, whether that be physically, whether that be mentally, whether that be because of the socioeconomic situation that they're in, as far as like who they got to take care of. It's a lot of things. There's too many moving parts for that to really make sense. Now, can you do it in terms of your said situation? Again, it's a possibility, sure, but you have to play on all of those factors too. But when it's sold to people as, hey, I can get you to get this and this and this, it's like, but can you though? Do you live my life? Yeah, like, I do a little bit of like personal training and shit of that on the side. And you work with people. Like you talk to them about what they want. I can't get you to look like me. I can't get you to look like the woman or man or whoever in these pictures. I can get you to be the best version of yourself. But selling you on the best version of yourself is not selling a dream. It is putting things into a real analysis of their situation. Like you're really analyzing how this person is operating, how this person is living. So again, like a dream body is like, it's a dog whistle for me, honestly. And I think that when people look to sell people a dream body, they really just want to sell them supplements or sell them some bunk ass class or whatever have you.
Short answer, no. And I say that because of genetics, right? Like we're all genetically predisposed to certain things, right? Like there's this thing where they're like, the size of your hand can basically dictate how much muscle mass you're able to carry. I don't know if that's like true or not, but if it is, then that means no matter how much or how hard you work out, you'd only be able to add a certain amount of mass. I think you can come really close, but to cultivate or to curate the perfect physique or body, I don't think is a tangible thing for everybody. I think there's always something that we're gonna find that we can fine-tune even more. It's like that J. Cole song, right? There's always gonna be clothes fresher than the ones you rock. There's always gonna be a house that's bigger than the one you got. So I think the important thing is not about focusing on the ideal or trying to attain the ideal. Learning to accept that you're no less or no more valuable no matter how you look. Like that is not where your value comes from. Your value, your happiness, all that stuff should not be contingent on temporary stuff. And your physical appearance, your physique, is temporary. If you're not happy without it, you're not gonna be that happy with it, is what I'm saying.
Now, I believe you can manifest a dream body. Anyone can. I believe so. Just based off of just dedication, consistency, and hard work. No matter where you start. You could start from being skinny, to fluffy, and eventually all you have to do is show up, no matter how you feel. Tired, sluggish, motivated, doesn't matter. It's just put your foot in there and get to work, because you will be happy, it'll be the best reward. So I believe it's possible with the source of consistency, dedication, and discipline. That's it.
In the Manifesting Your Dream Reality by Doing Nothing video, he talked about manifesting your followers. Yes, you. If you're a content creator, James believes that you must manifest your followers to just automatically come your way by barely doing nothing.
Emotional charge led to a frequency. That frequency led to the materialization of what I wanted, which is to be rich and famous and well known. And guess what happened after that? I started posting on social media. I stopped caring. I said, you know what? I don't care what people say. I don't care if someone judges me because I'm making a vlog and I sound cringy. I was like, who cares? I'll just do it. I went from 30K to almost 300K in less than a year. And then it showed me again, like, bro, like the less you care and you let go and you stop caring about the desired outcome you want and just pretend like it's not pretend, but like actually know it's already apparent here and right now, you will just clean up in any industry you're in.
Yes, I'm serious. Like when you watch this specific video, he doesn't really give like strategic methods on how you can gain certain amount of followers within a certain amount of time. Instead, he talks about how he went from 30,000 followers on Instagram to 300,000 plus followers on Instagram. And this happened sometime around January 2025.
Like, I believe I'm the biggest movie star, the richest person ever, and I don't have to check my bank account to believe that. I can have $0 and I'm still gonna believe it. It's the conviction that's behind it. Conviction is another God language, bro. When you speak with conviction about something, you there's a certain charge that comes with. That's how you can feel someone when they talk and they speak with conviction, bro. You know it, because it's God's language, right? It's a six-dimensional thing. And if you can just do two things, bro, if you can let go and say, whatever it is that I want, I don't need it, you will have it. Whether it's money, whether it's a role, whether it's a house, anything. And the second thing is that I realize is you sort of have to be a bad person to manifest.
I do want to add that James has been making content creation for almost a decade, meaning it took him some time to get to this point, but he's not being genuinely honest. And certain people, aka impressionable people, who only go based on manifestation, not being overly negative, and or trying to live in the state of delusion, are gonna fall for the bait. In the How to Instantly Get Rich, Reaching Your Desired 20x Quicker video, he does something similar. He talks about having the opportunity to go to NYC, make content, and get brand deals.
I just got another big brand deal. I'm waking up and I'm about to take on the streets of New York City, traveling, no 9 to 5, living on my own terms. And I feel like I'm looking at myself now, and the person I was before would have never imagined in a million years that this could be possible. Why? Well, because I was so stuck on, well, I don't have the money to do this, so I'm this kind of person. Well, I don't have this yet, so I won't be able to do this yet. Everything was dependent on a yet. But that yet may never come. You never know what yet is. The yet has to be now.
As if it just automatically happened for him. As you all can see, James has been making content for almost a decade. We have to add, he is gathering a specific audience who finds him attractive, who is inspired by his physique, who probably saw him on the Barbie movie.
Seeing with Ryan Gosling, cool, but I didn't know it would be what it is now. Which was like the other thing was like, holy fuck, like coming back to it now, I'm just like I was probably on screen for 15 seconds, but it's just like a lot of things. Like, it's a good little chunk though. He's got a good little spot. Yeah, in there, and like that little.
Who finds his story motivational as he started from going to college, graduating with a biology degree, to shifting to content creation full time. That may be inspirational to numerous people. Or some people probably just find him funny too.
You can literally manipulate and gaslight yourself to anything you want. Assume you already have it, and you detach from it. Because if you already have it, you don't need it. Right? Do you see that? If you already have it, you don't need it. I feel like a YN, all right? It's like, yeah, if you're a YN, this will make sense to you. If you have it, you don't need it. Boom, boom, boom. It's like Carl Jung says of individuation, where I'm becoming into myself. I'm coming into myself. Pause. Right? And bro, I just knew.
But for him to just pretend like this automatically just came to him is very delusional and not honest.
So a lot of you guys come in and you ask me, okay, you worked on the Barbie movie, why are you a server at Cheesecake? Well, that's because here's how this works. So like when you do a movie, you just don't make it. You're not just like, you made it and the money falls into your lap. You still gotta grind, you still gotta work. And especially in LA with rent being high,
The day after I did it, I was back serving. And half the time, most of your servers, they're actors. Like, they're grinding, they're doing it to support the dream. So don't get me wrong, I make really good tip. I just like, you just want to be doing what you love, bro. But, in the meantime, you gotta put in the work, do what you gotta do, you know what I'm saying?
He had to work hard. His team didn't just magically appear. Just like how he said in Acting Like an Actor podcast.
The pins and needles in how good your acting is, when really you've got to look internally and see, well, how good is my relationship to myself? How good do I feel about myself? Because then when you at the core, if you can feel really good about yourself, if you can really say to yourself, I expect great things out of life, I affirm to myself that these doors of abundance are going to open for me, that I'm an irresistible magnet to all that belongs to me, everything starts to come to you without you even having to try. Then it doesn't become a question of right or wrong. Did I do this right thing on this self-tape? Did I make a wrong choice here? Who gives a fuck? As long as you're fucking working and you're putting your effort into it and you're like really confident in yourself and your skills and your belief, that is everything.
James is promoting manifestation. Now, this approach is not too bad. It's more realistic than what he has been saying in 2024 going to 2025. And if you dare to be negative, he would call you a victim, sad, and broke.
Follow suit.
Yeah.
If he's done it, I can too. But then those guys that you want to say, oh, well, I'm just going to, do this and that and play the victim or whatever, then bro, you're just going to be the victim, victim and broke. Listen, I'm not a salesperson. I don't care for it. But if you want to learn more about this and how I actually manifested this dream apartment of mine in LA and my beautiful Hummer and all the great things that happened to me by literally not doing anything at all and just sitting back, having beers and eating steak, make sure you sign up below, sign up for a call and see if we're a good fit. Ugh, I even hate saying that. It's like disgusting. But bro, just tap in, see if you want to do it. If you don't, keep working your 9 to 5, keep living with your parents. But if you do, and you actually want to be a superstar.
Positivity is important, but being disingenuous is bad. Not everyone is going to be you, James Neon. You're one of the lucky ones. Julian, Steve, take 2. My bad. I haven't been doing this. It's because I'm in the zone right now, so I'm not thinking about this clipboard. My bad. I want to talk about one more video. The video is titled, God wanted you to watch this video to manifest your first million. It's your year to grow up 2026. In this video, he talks about how he had about $5,000 in the bank as he got fired from the Cheesecake Factory, yet he ended up buying the expensive loft based on aesthetics. Yes, the loft he currently lives at is expensive and he chose to move there while not having enough money. Starting in January 2025, he grew his platform and hasn't worked a 9 to 5 since.
So I said, okay, cool. I'm gonna go check out a new apartment because I know I need the aesthetic of the apartment to make the videos look, cool and stuff like that, right? I know that. I know I have to get that. So I go and check out the apartment. Lady goes, hey, this loft that you see that you really like with the great lighting and all this one's $3,500, but there's a cheaper one downstairs. Stay with me because now you see where I'm going with this. The cheaper one downstairs, not so great lighting, and it's still a loft, but the lighting isn't great, and it's on the first floor, but this one's a little bit cheaper. It's about $2,700. The old me would have said, yeah, get that one because it's cheaper. But I know if I wanted to catapult myself and quantum leap into the astral reality of what I know I could be and what I am, I said, no, okay, I'm gonna get this one. Because I see it in my imagination now. Like, I see myself blowing up already. And I didn't blow up yet. I was at like 30K. But I saw it up here. I said, no, I'm getting this one. January 2025, this year, I never worked a 9 to 5 job. I made all my money online. Every last penny.
What we need to remember is that he was a creator for years. He had a couple of viral moments and he has been in a few movies. Plus having brand deals. This didn't just come out of thin air. It was a lot of work, not only from James' part, but from his team. Why you think Cowboy Clan came into fruition? It wasn't only James, it was his team. I want to read a couple of common sense comments. Comment A, you gotta make a video to manifesting versus hard work because ain't no way you get shredded without working hard and forcing yourself to the gym. Comment B states, this bullshit, this is something people who are doing deals and content years prior can't move in a property on manifesting. Gotta qualify for apartments. He has a 4-year degree in biology. That's success in itself. Typical of young people who reach financial freedom but not wisdom. Thank you again for the common sense comments. When I tell you there were rarely common sense or nuanced comments, I mean it. As I stated before, you cannot get shredded by manifesting, meaning you cannot get shredded by barely doing nothing.
Right? For example, you say that you want big biceps, right? So you go to the gym, you work out, and you say, yeah, it's coming. I'm gonna keep working out biceps hard. I'm gonna hustle my way. I'm gonna just keep getting big biceps. And then it becomes like a struggle. Well, it becomes a struggle because you attach that desire of getting big biceps with it being a struggle and it being hard. So your desire that you want is attached to the struggle. And once those two merge, it becomes a cyclic process to the universe. Like, oh, okay, cool. He's in this state of dependency on that desire for bigger biceps, right? So he just must work hard and keep working hard. And that's what I'm associating it with. The universe can only take instructions from what the subconscious is telling it. And the subconscious is the driver, bro. You have to understand, you're not just like a physical human.
You would have to do an action to see results. I'm not saying you cannot necessarily manifest being fit if you do believe in manifestation, but what I'm trying to say is that you have to do something, like I said, an action to receive results. Meaning, I'm gonna work out, for example, 4 days a week, whether at the gym or at home or even at a park. I'm going to change my diet. I'm going to drink more protein. These are examples of ways you can get shredded. If we're gonna be honest, yes, there are possibilities of you just having luck when it comes to your body, meaning based on how you carried yourself already, but also based on your genetics, because genetics plays a huge role in certain things that happened to us. And I'm not saying like you have shitty genetics, because I also heard of that rhetoric before on social media. But what does that mean is that you might have to work harder than the average person. For example, one of my friends, his name is Parker. Hey Parker. He told me that when it came to his physique, in his family, it's common to see people fit like him. It's not really a hassle. And that's because genetically, his family tends to be on the fitter side. And yeah, while they do work out and eat well for the most part, his family's genetics works differently. Can you explain more?
I don't like track really. I'm just doing it because I'm pretty good at it, and it's paying for the bills for school, you know?
Yeah.
I would rather be playing basketball or baseball or football. You know, I played basketball in high school or middle school. Baseball was my first sport. I've always wanted to play football, and I never got to play for my school, but you know, with them playing pickup with like 7-on-7s with the guys who do play football, and they're like, yo, why you never play? You know, stuff like that. You know, I'd rather be playing any sport than running track. Don't get me wrong, track is a great sport. It's extremely competitive. And I think that's what's got me through it. You know, and finding little things within, you know, running for St. Francis, you know, it's a family, you know. The team is we're family oriented. At times, probably not, because we're all humans and we all have our individual things going on. But for the most part, being on the men's team is a brotherhood. The girls' team is a great addition to that, and that's what makes it a family. But I never really liked track. I wouldn't say it was my first choice for a sport to play. It just so happened I'm pretty good at it. Naturally, I'm just pretty good at it.
He told me there are times he be eating junk food. He doesn't really eat much protein like that. He doesn't really do much of that because genetically, his body is just built like that. Hey, mi gente, so I wanted to quickly add this in the video because I happened to stumble upon this person on TikTok thanks to me researching by James Leon. His name is Darnell. The Net Aesthetics is the name of the TikTok channel, and he happens to be 20 years old. And in one of his videos, he mentions about not working out at a gym at the age of 15. He showed an example of his physique at the time before lifting weights. And this goes back to what I was talking about when it comes to my friend Parker. Genetics works uniquely to different people depending of your family and or your circumstance. Because Parker is an athlete, and then Darnell, I'm not sure what he is. Based on how he looks before, it seems like it was more of him doing cardio and boxing that made him have this physique. Probably genetics play a factor too. And then once he started to actually training in the gym, now he's the way he is. And of course, protein plays a factor. Maybe drinking powder. When you put powder in your drinks and stuff, that's a part of protein too. That played a factor to how he looks now at the age of 20. Genetics work in mysterious ways, and depending of your lifestyle, it may work differently too. You have to just do what's best for you and your body. That's more of the story of me bringing this person up because it makes sense to the context of genetics. We are unique, and that's okay. Sure, some of us might have to work harder than others, but that is life. But James is not honest to us viewers. He is not honest. Oh, who knows? Maybe you can manifest your dream body just by barely doing nothing. Hey, mi gente. Yes, this is an enemy. Might as well. I might as well just do this because I'm already releasing the video late, so. And James chose to release a video on November 19th. I wasn't going to talk about it, but now I'm going to talk about it. It's called You're Stuck Believing God Told Me to Let You Know. There's a couple of things I want to talk about on this video. First is James discusses about how evil people tend to win because they chose to ask for more than what they own or earned. And then he compared that to rappers being rich.
That's why bad people tend to win. That's why the worst people tend to have the most abundant life ever, because they are operating on a language of conviction and delusion, like delusion in a sense where they're delusional, but they really feel like whatever they have is happening right now, right? Like the rappers. When the rappers are rich because they're the most delusional people. Rappers prove my theory of why delusional people win. Because they go in their songs rapping, oh, I'm a gangster, I got all this money, and they do. They do. You can't hate them, they do. What if you took that same idea and tried to change your life? It happened for me in 1 year. 1 year. I went from working at Cheesecake guys, this time around during the holiday season, I was working at Cheesecake Factory, making $50K a year. In the beginning of January of 2025, I have not worked a W-9 job.
Even though most rappers are not rich like that. Compared to the average rapper that is excelling in their own career, most rappers are not rich. There are rappers who are doing this as a hobby, so that doesn't imply that they are rich. Then the second thing he mentioned in this section is he once again compares his salary. This time around, he goes into more details on how much he was making originally when he was working at the Cheesecake Factory. So he was making $50,000 a year, and then ever since January 2025, he stopped working at the Cheesecake Factory, and ever since has been relying on his social media income. And of course now Cowboy Clan is a part of that. And while that's nice, it's not realistic to the average person. The most you can do as a person trying to excel in your career is continue doing what you're doing, and of course doing changes in between, but you cannot just manifest out of your lifestyle. That's not realistic. You have to do a pro, a con, and then something in the middle to resolve your issues. As a vague example right now, James talks more in the manifestation way. He doesn't really give details, as you can all see throughout this video, of examples I've been putting on this video. And sure, he briefly says it here and there, what's going on and how he started off and stuff, but he's not direct. Like how I am explaining his business, he is not direct. And we need direct people, because there are going to be gullible people falling for the bait and not listening or noticing his marketing strategy, like how we are, aka the people who are critically criticizing him and or using common sense. Julie and Steve, take 3. What advice you would give to a boy or man insecure about their body and finances?
So, to speak the truth to the young black youth, the AMAB person that identifies as a man, young boys or whatever have you, this idea of being insecure about your body and about your finances, understand that this system wasn't made for us to win. It was made for us to survive under it until we are no more. The best thing you can do in regards to working on yourself is work on your mental health, finding community, finding people, like-minded people, or just people, period, just people that you can talk to. And you work from there. You build community from there. Because I know for a lot of people, whether it be that they don't have the access or opportunity to go to a gym or stuff of that nature, or they don't have the ability for whatever said reasons to be able to exercise like they want to, because again, to have this perfect body to me is an ableist idea, in that, because what body are we considering perfect? Like, it has to be perfect for you. Finding a way to make the best version of you, you got to look within yourself and look for community. If you have people that you like to talk to, that you like to hang around, speak with them. They can help out with you feeling more comfortable, being able to, step out and do some stuff. Maybe you don't go to the gym. Maybe you just go for a walk every day. Maybe work on your mental. Maybe you have the ability and opportunity to read a book or something of that nature. As far as finances and all that goes, again, we live in a capitalist society, capitalist economic society that is under empire that's overall within this colony. So it's a matter of looking for a opportunity to make some money to keep yourself afloat, but also try to keep your dignity. And capitalism isn't made for you to keep your dignity, for real. That balancing act can become a lot for you. So that's why community is more important than anything else, because if you have that, at the very least, everything else will make more sense. And community could just be one other person you talk to. But it's the matter of being social, finding a way to be social, finding a way to deal with others, because that's the thing that is going to help you get to whatever you believe to be the best version of yourself, whatever that looks like. That can also lead you into opportunities to maybe make a couple dollars. But don't allow yourself to think that this alpha male, alpha brain nonsense is real, because it's pseudoscience.
Well, again, I take those 3 points from the start of James's video. You've got to trust yourself. You've got to learn how to go with your gut, listen to yourself, and do what feels important to you. Do what matters most to you. Like, you define success for you. Nobody else can do that. Because what's successful for me, or what success means to me, isn't the same as what it means for you. So you've got to figure that out. You've got to trust that. And then, once you do, once you have a goal in mind, you've got to be willing to take the action, take the steps that's going to bring you that success. You can't just sit and pray and hope that it's going to fall into your lap. No, you've got to put yourself on a course. You also have to accept and trust your timeline. Like, sometimes it's not going to happen or show up in one night. It might take a couple of fortnights. It might take more than that. Whatever the case, you've got to trust it. A quick reminder, when you do run into like challenges or like the occasional like barrier, remember, the challenges aren't sent to break us, they're sent to build us. So don't back down when the going gets hard. Like, keep going, keep pushing. That's how we learn, right?
Advice I can give to a young man or young girl that's insecure about their bodies is to just be confident in yourself. God has created you, you know, in a marvelous way. You may think that you feel a certain way or look a certain way, but best believe, you know, you're in the best position. So never complain about too much of yourself, because believe it or not, you know, unfortunately, someone has it worse than you, you know, we never know. So best be grateful for what you have. And yeah, man, rock out with confidence, you know. It took 9 months for you to be created by the Lord. You better flaunt that, you know, but be humble, of course. But I suggest you just be humble, but be confident in yourself. You're here for a reason.
As a 27-year-old like James, I am not living the lifestyle he is currently living. And that's okay. I am unemployed currently due to being unfairly fired from my 9 to 5, sometimes 9 to 6, sometimes 9 to 7. I am currently living at home still. I am single, and I haven't been to the gym in more than a year. In my collaboration with Joseph and Kyle, I discussed more about how I haven't been to the gym and why I haven't been to the gym. I highly suggest you all to watch that specific video to get more details as to why I'm not at the gym and about the history of people falling in love with gym culture in the 2020s, because boy oh boy, that for sure is a thing. People really fell in love with the gym again, like as a cultural sense. Anyways, life works in mysterious ways. Why would I think about my physical appearance and finances? I am currently trying to be employed again, and I'm trying to figure out how to grow my channel to be bigger in 2026. I'm not thinking about these very superficial things that James and some people are currently thinking about, and that is no judgment to you. I get it. Everyone has their own life and tribulations to resolve on their own time. I get it. James needs to do a bit of more work when it comes to his branding of the Cowboy Clan brand. Aside from the name being weird as fuck, Honestly, now that we up to this point of the video, I want to say that right here, right now. There's better ways he could have approached his branding to gather like-minded men and or even women to participate in his brand and build an actual fan base of people trying to get right. All three of these brands go into details on their businesses. Number 1, Eugene the Fit. Eugene the Fit is a fitness business by Nathan Young Jr. When you go on the site, you would see multiple articles that he written. Most are free, while a few of them you must pay to obtain. Plus, images of his physique and certifications. He even graduated from the University of Texas at San Antonio. I believe he obtained a degree in physical fitness. I forgot the exact degree name. Number 2, Win the Day. Win the Day is a fitness business by Daniel Harris. When you go on his website, you'll see a button that says, I'm ready, LFG. I'm assuming that's his training company. The button leads you to Daniel's experience. He's been 6+ years in the NCAA professional athlete, with an additional 10+ years of experience. He earned a bachelor's in pre-physical therapy and sports science. Number 3, Jacked Vegans. Jacked Vegans is a vegan fitness by Julian Hierro. It leads you to 3 links. The main one I want to focus on is the Vegan Challenge. In this part of the site, Julian explains his new 2025 challenge. To summarize, he's showing a variety of options for fit vegans in this program. It's a 7-day challenge and affordable. It's more of an action plan than a fitness program. I am not sure if Julian went to college. I do know that he's been a vegan since 2019. I chose to mention these 3 as examples of things James could have done better to build his brand. And while I get it, James wants to tackle multiple subjects all at once with his Cowboy Clan to build a profitable business, and I'm saying this as a person who doesn't have a business, you have to focus on a couple of things to build your business to be bigger. And you have to separate your business so that way it doesn't feel munched up together to gather more clientele. In this case, when it comes to James Cowboy Clan, he could have mainly focused, for example, on fitness, advice, and cooking. He doesn't point that out on his website. It's more of ambiguous. You have to figure it out by just joining, and that's not how that works. If you want people to join your business venture, you have to put something on the table for them to want to join. Otherwise, they are not going to join. As of now, he has under 25 members. Hey, mi gente, adding me, yeah. As of December 2nd, James Nayon is approximately making $1,100 a month. It went up, I guess, 2 more members today. Well, as of today, because I just found out today. And I just wanted to confirm that here now, since this video is coming out late anyways, so might as well just confirm this update. Being confident, muscular, and somewhat good looking does not work for me. You need to do more with your site to convince me. I wish more people, including his Cowboy Clan members, aim for better. Julian Steve take 4. Concluding statement and the outro of this video. James Nail is a confident man with charisma, dressed well, fit, and somewhat good looking. Yet, he uses his impressionable manifestation audience. James is marketing to the manifestation sector of his audience, especially the men. While he believes in manifestation, he'd rather say word salads. He'd rather sound preachy with no valid advice, unless you pay him. James could have executed this business venture better. I want to quote what my collaborator Dre said about James via email. He states, "Definitely making people aware of the attitudes and behaviors to see it and to stop it. The ideology is the issue, not the person. He's just a vessel. The mentality and ideology is what keeps more of him popping up." Thank you so much if you made this far in this video. I appreciate you. Be sure to like this video, comment, share, subscribe, and hype up the video. Yes, hype up the video if you have the hype feature. That way my video can get recommended to more people. Yes, more people can get recommended to my video. So please do that, please. I do want to say thank you so much to my collaborators. I truly appreciate all you men for participating in this video. Yes, it was a hassle to get people to be a part of this video project. I even talked about it on my Instagram. If you want to see Night Thoughts with Julie and Steve on Instagram, I recommend you to check it out. It's all my Instagram reels. It's like a mini series where I talk about things, topics that I cannot talk about on YouTube, especially on YouTube Shorts now. I shared my story when it came to me talking to a meteorologist fitness instructor who I used to go to their free classes in the city, New York City specifically, Manhattan, blah, blah. And he swindled me in a sense because he wanted to know more of my business, meaning like my personal life. And instead of like genuinely trying to be my friend, help me out due to me not getting enough people to be a part of this video. And he chose to use that against me, say one thing in person, but then on social media, he is a completely different person. So I hope you watch that series. It's a shit show, but you know what? That's life. Things happen. It is what it is, but yeah. What do you think about James Nail? Do you like him? Do you do not like him? Do you know of his social dominance on the internet? Do you find him attractive? Do you not find him attractive? Are you in the middle about him? Whatever comes to mind. I'm just curious to know what you think about this video and him. Okay, mi gente. Okay, mi gente. Okay. Thank you, and
as always, peace, mi gente.
Those are all my answers. I hope this was somewhat helpful, somewhat valuable, and that's all I got. Peace.
Peace, mi gente.
Peace, mi gente.